Last place Rockies taking on the second place Dodgers on a Thursday. Rockies 25-36, Dodgers just a game over 500 at 31-30. And Rockies making their second trip to Dodger Stadium this year. Clayton Kershaw on the hill. Third time the Rockies have seen Kershaw this year. He'll face who's been the best starter for the Rockies this year, Kyle Freeland. Look at the numbers on Kershaw. 13th start of the year, 4-2, 3.77 ERA. He was very good in his first start of the year against the Rockies. Didn't even make it out of the fifth inning in his second start. 74 innings, 73 strikeouts, only 15 walks. That's a very good ratio. 128 his whip. So Kershaw, especially lately, has been giving up his fair share of runs here and there. Definitely more than typical for Kershaw. Leading off is Trevor Story, batting .294 here on the road. Much better than at home, where he's only batting .189. 8 homers at Coors and 7 on the road for 15 overall, and 33 overall runs batted in for the Rockies shortstop. 248 on the year overall. Kershaw into his motion. First pitch is taken down and in ball one. Rockies took 2 of 3 from the Dodgers last time they were in L.A. See, again, 31-30 on the year for the Dodgers. Padres have been leading the division for much of this 2020 simulated campaign. 1-0 pitch to Story is swung on and missed. David Dahl and Daniel Murphy both look to take a seat against left-handed pitching, at least for the time being. Both have been struggling immensely against either-handed pitching. There's a line drive towards the gap in left center field off the bat of Story, and that ball is going to get down and go to the wall. Story's going to cruise into second base. He'll take a wide turn, but he'll hold up there with a double to lead off things in the top of the first. 13th double of the year for Trevor Story. And that'll bring up Ian Desmond batting second today, playing left field. Getting in there against the lefty Kershaw. Desmond has seen quite a few plate appearances as of late. He was really on a hot stretch where he was hitting a lot of home runs. 236 overall, 9 homers, 21 driven in. Cooled off just a bit in the past couple games, that series in Arizona. 9 homers, 21 driven in, a 734 OPS on the season for the Rockies left fielder today. I want to get you up to speed on some of the latest news around baseball in real life, their proposals to continue or actually start the season. Pick it up after this 1-0 pitch. And it's taken low, 2-0. And this is from Ken Rosenthal of The Athletic. Major League Baseball rejected the union's proposal for a 114-game season and said it would not send a counter. The league said it has started talks with owners about playing a shorter season without fans and that it is ready to discuss additional ideas with the union. So that's discouraging news, and there's even more discouraging news, I hate to say. We'll talk about it after this pitch, which is outside 3-0. And this is from Joel Sherman of the New York Post saying, I have heard great pessimism today from folks, and today being Wednesday, from folks on both sides about MLB launching a season then at any point. People who previously thought the sides would find a way now expressing at least greater doubt, often more than that. 3-0 from Kershaw to Desmond is taken high and tight, and the first 2 Rockies are aboard here to lead off the ball game. Charlie Blackman will be the batter. 291 on the year. Couple runners on. You can see doing a little bit better at Coors Field. 308, 276. Not too shabby on the road. 291 overall, 14 home runs, 32 driven in for the Rockies right fielder. So lots of pessimism being expressed from sources around baseball about the potential for resuming the actual season. I say resuming. I guess it will be a resumption because spring training was postponed and spring training would continue. But the chances of spring training and then the regular season actually continuing at this point are looking less likely, unfortunately. Blackman swings and skies one towards right center field. That'll be out number 1. And the runners will have to hold. Starting lineup for the Rockies today, Trevor Story's at short, Desmond in left, Blackman in right. Batting cleanup the third baseman, Nolan Arenado. Batting 5th at second base, Ryan McMahon. Batting 6th, the catcher, Elias Diaz. Batting 7th at first base today is Josh Fuentes. Batting 8th, the center fielder, Garrett Hampson. And batting 9th, starting pitcher, Kyle Freeland. Nolan Arenado, 5th place in the National League in runs batted in right now, batting .323 on the year. Couple men on for him with 1 out. Kershaw from the set position. His first pitch to Arenado is swung on and popped up. Infield fly rule is called. Muncy makes the catch, and that's out number 2. So first 2 Rockies reach, double for Story, and then a walk to Desmond on 4 pitches. Fly out for Blackman and a pop out for Arenado, and it'll be up to Ryan McMahon. You can see he is hitting much better at Coors Field this year. 305, 11 homers, 23 driven in. Only 208 with 5 home runs on the road. One of those home runs came here in L.A. That was his first home run of the season. Lefty on lefty matchup, but no problem for McMahon. Hits lefties very well. First pitch from Kershaw is taken high and tight. McMahon has 16 home runs on the year. That ranks second in the Rockies. Hit a home run in yesterday's ball game against the Arizona Diamondbacks. And a losing cause for the Rockies, who lost 2 of 3 to the D-backs in that series after taking the first game thanks to an excellent Major League debut for starting pitcher Evan Grills. Went 7 innings, only allowed 1 hit. There's a combined 3 hits between the Rockies and Diamondbacks in that ball game. Back on Monday, 2-0 pitch to McMahon is in there for a called strike. Well, All-Star voting is underway, simulated All-Star voting, as we are about a month away from the All-Star break, a little over a month away in simulated play. And we have gotten the first look at the numbers on voting. Talk to you about it after this 2-1 pitch to McMahon. Swung on and fouled out of play. Nolan Arenado right now is leading for the NL at third base. It's about 55,000 votes more than Chris Bryant of the Chicago Cubs. Trevor Story right now is third place at shortstop. He trails Javier Baez by 36,000 votes, then trails Gene Segura by 5,000. There's a pitch inside. Full count now on McMahon with Elias Diaz waiting on deck. Ryan McMahon right now is essentially tied down to the hundreds at least with Keston Hiura for 6th place in the voting for second base, and then Charlie Blackmon is 8th among outfielders right now. Those are the Rockies who are in the top 10. McMahon swings and misses, and Kershaw gets a strikeout. First 2 Rockies reach, then Kershaw is able to retire the side in order. We go to the bottom of the first, scoreless ball game. Kyle Freeland making his 11th start of the year for the Rockies. Missed a start or 2 due to injury very early on. Had to leave his first start of the season. In that first start, suffered a broken cheek on a comebacker, but he was all right, and he's been excellent ever since returning. Justin Turner will lead things off, 282 on the year, 12 homers, 34 runs batted in. He ranks third place right now in the NL third base All-Star voting, comfortably behind Arenado and then Bryant. Arenado certainly playing well enough to get those first place votes. Line drive on a hop to the second baseman. McMahon throws to first. That is out number 1. Here's a look at the lineup for the Dodgers. Third baseman Justin Turner batting second. The shortstop Corey Seager batting third. In right field Mookie Betts batting clean at the left fielder Cody Bellinger. Batting fifth, the first baseman Max Muncy. Batting sixth in center field today is A.J. Pollock. Kike Hernandez is going to bat seventh. And then batting eighth, the catcher is Will Smith today, with Clayton Kershaw starting pitcher batting ninth. Corey Seager bats, takes first pitch strike of the knees. 316 on the year for Seager. There's a pitch low. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Not sure if there is anyone on the pitching staff who would be in line to make the All-Star team for the Rockies. Tyler Kinley certainly had a good year as a reliever. There's a line drive towards right field. Blackman's going back. He's got it. He'll make the catch on number 2. And Mookie Betts will bat today. Earlier on this year, we saw Bellinger playing right and Betts playing left. Switch today, and that's the normal, comfortable position for Mookie Betts, right field more so than left. Bellinger, of course, is also a natural right fielder. But in left field today, I would say Betts ranks as a better defender than Bellinger, and that's not to take anything away from Bellinger, but Betts is quite a defender. First pitch from Freeland here is taken inside. Betts still struggling as a member of the Dodgers, though he is better in his last 10 games. He's 9 for 30. That's a .300 batting average over that span. Only 236 overall. 1-0 from Freeland is inside, 2-0. It's definitely not the player the Dodgers were expecting they would get. Thought he would be more of a MVP caliber player. Certainly has not been the case thus far. There's a line drive towards left field. That's going to get down and go to the wall. Desmond over to pick it up, cruising into second base with a 2-out double is Mookie Betts, the Dodgers right fielder. And 15th double of the year for Betts. Left fielder Cody Bellinger will bat now with the runner in scoring position, albeit 2 outs. Bellinger, batting average is at .222, but he does have 16 home runs, which ranks first on the Dodgers, 42 runs batted in, which is among the league leaders, and a .522 slugging percentage. So sometimes you can kind of throw that batting average right out the window when you look at the rest of that slash line. In the case of Bellinger, he has been quite valuable with the bat. This is a lefty-on-lefty matchup. First pitch from Freeland is taken low. Bellinger has seen Freeland well, though not a huge sample. 4 for 6, 4 runs batted in for him. The 1-0 is going to miss low, 2-0. Denver native Kyle Freeland into his motion. Looks towards second base, and his 2-0 delivery is in there for a called strike. 93-mile-an-hour fastball from K-Free. Freeland, of course, has also pitched quite well, though there are a number of starters who have put up very good numbers across the NL this year. 2-1 pitch is swung on and grounded towards first base. Fuentes is going to feed to Freeland covering, and that will retire the side. After an inning of play, we're scoreless. Rockies and Dodgers. Due up for the Rockies will be Josh Fuentes. Here's Elias Diaz, then it will be Josh Fuentes. Batting 6th in today's lineup is Diaz. Catcher who plays against lefties, and when Kyle Freeland is on the hill, .250 on the year. Much better, well over the .350 mark against left-handed pitching for Diaz this season. It's essentially a strict platoon now between Diaz and Drew Butera. Though Diaz will still get the action when Freeland is on the hill. Either way, there's a check swing, and definitely going too far. And that one was Diaz did not look comfortable with that curveball. And it's quickly 0-2 on the Rockies catcher. Kershaw kicks and fires. That swung on and flicked in the air towards left. That's going to be caught by the shortstop Seager. Let's look at the defense now for the Dodgers. Left, right in the outfield, Bellinger. Pollock getting the start today. I believe this is the first time Rockies have seen Pollock start a game this year. Betts is in right. Infield corners, Justin Turner, Max Muncy. Seager at short, Kike Hernandez at second base. And the catcher is Will Smith today for Clayton Kershaw. Dodgers third place in the NL in fielding percentage, just one way to measure defense. 182 on the year for Josh Fuentes. Hasn't got a whole lot of playing time. There's a swing and a foul back to the screen. 1 run batted in this season, an RBI ground out for Josh Fuentes. That was a couple of road trips ago in Chicago against the White Sox. That actually tied up the game in the 9th inning, and the Rockies went on to an extra inning victory. Thanks to a Trevor Story 10th inning home run. Quickly 0-2 now on Fuentes, as Clayton Kershaw certainly has some fans out there. 7-time All-Star, 1-time National League Most Valuable Player award winner. 0-2 pitch to Fuentes is swung on and lined towards the right field corner, and it's a foul ball. And another opportunity for Fuentes against Kershaw. Here's another 0-2. That swung on and pulled foul. Past Stu Cole, Rockies' third base coach. Rockies got a couple leadoff base runners in the first, could not bring them home. 0-2 again coming to Fuentes is just a bit outside, ball one. One-two. Swinging a ground ball, chop foul. Fuentes certainly making Kershaw work here in the top of the second. And that is called a ball. We remember in that series at Coors Field when the Dodgers came to Denver that Kershaw was getting squeezed. And, you know, if we're the opponent and we're saying that, we know it must be bad. Pitch inside, count goes full. And Garrett Hampson is waiting on deck. Hampson has decent numbers against Clayton Kershaw in his career. He's the center fielder for the Rockies today is Hampson. Fuentes playing first base. Crossed the diamond from his cousin over at third, Nolan Arenado. And payoff pitch is swung on and missed to get him on strike. So a rather lengthy at bat for Josh Fuentes, but it ends with the second strikeout of the day for Clayton Kershaw. And here is Garrett Hampson. Only 179 on the year. 2 homers, 6 driven in, a 725 OPS. Not a whole lot of playing time this year for the Rockies' middle infielder slash center fielder. Has hit for some decent power, though, in the times he's gotten in there. There's a swing and a miss, and it's quickly 0-2. Last time Hampson got a start, he went over 3. This is Ben Kuchner-Kavich of Purple Row along with you. I want to let you know this broadcast is not affiliated with Major League Baseball, MLB The Show 20, or the Colorado Rockies. Hampson grounds one towards first base. Muncy fires towards Kershaw covering, and that'll retire the side. We head to the bottom of the second inning, still scoreless. Muncy, Pollock, and Hernandez due up against Kyle Freeland. Bottom of the second inning, Max Muncy hitting .301 on the year. He's been a bit cooled off at the plate as of late. Right now he's 5th place in the All-Star voting for the National League first baseman. And another lefty-on-lefty encounter for Kyle Freeland. Good battle of a couple lefties today, Freeland and Kershaw. First pitch is in there for a strike to Muncy. He was 0 for 6 with 3 strikeouts in his career against Kyle Freeland. Muncy has hit the vast majority of Rockies pitching very well. Freeland has had his number, though, one pitch. And that's inside. Freeland kicks and fires. And that one's low. Hitter's count now on Max Muncy. Hitting right about the Mendoza line over his last 40 at-bats or so is Muncy. There's a swing and a foul back. So perhaps Rockies are catching him at a good time, and you add to the fact that Kyle Freeland has handled Muncy well. This could be a recipe for success for the Rockies today. There's a swing and a miss. He got him on strikes, and that is out number 1. Good slider from Freeland, and that's his first strikeout of the day. It's Muncy to chase one low and away. And A.J. Pollock will be the batter, former Arizona Diamondback, second year with the Dodgers. And I hate to say predictably, but he predictably suffered a few injuries last year with L.A. in his first year in Dodger Blue. 287 on the year, a home run, 10 runs batted in, 720 OPS. So he's certainly getting his fair share of hits when he has gotten appearances. Freeland's 1-0. Is swung on and lined towards right field, a base hit. One out single for A.J. Pollock here in the bottom of the second. And Kike Hernandez will be the batter. 290 on the year, a home run, 4 runs batted in as Freeland checks on Pollock. Kike Hernandez's 1 home run on the year came against Wade Davis on that last homestand when the Dodgers visited the Rockies at Coors Field. Another throw over to first. Freeland keeping an eye on Pollock. A couple throws over before he throws a pitch to Hernandez. And now his first pitch to Kike is in there for a called strike. Hernandez typically getting in there against left-handed pitching. Hasn't been hitting for a whole lot of power this year, a bit unusual for Kike Hernandez. Wasn't always a power hitter, but especially as of the past few years, has certainly been hitting for power. Pitch out, and nothing is happening over at first base. Hernandez also on a good stretch right now, 6 for his last 19 at the plate. That's a .316 average over his last 6 games. Freeland comes set is 1-1. Swung on and pulled foul. And that one's going to be low. Count evens at 2. That is outside, and now it's a full count. Will Smith, the Dodgers catcher, is waiting on deck. A.J. Pollock still over there at first base. Freeland, certainly the Rockies' most consistent starter this year. There's a swing and a line drive towards right field. Going back on this one is Blackman. He's getting turned around, and it's going to be over his head and bounce over the wall for a ground rule double. That'll save Freeland from giving up a run. And there'll be runners on second and third with 1 out now. All sorts of trouble for Blackman on that one. Looked like he had a beat on, and then he got turned around, then was going back, and it eventually bounced over his shoulder. Here's Will Smith now, 241 on the year, 7 homers, 23 driven in. He's got a couple runners in the scoring position with 1 out, and he takes first pitch outside, ball 1. 7th place in the catcher all-star vote now is Will Smith. I believe I saw Wilson Contreras of the Cubs is leading. Cubs certainly having a rough go of things. For a time, they actually overtook the Rockies for worst record in the NL. Smith has a pretty good stretch over his last 8 games, hitting .286. Freeland is 1-1. He's going to miss outside. Hitters count now on the Dodgers catcher. The Cubs have a lot of position players who are towards the top in voting in terms of all-star numbers in our simulation. I would tell you all to go vote for the Rockies, but the fans are also simulated. Still hundreds of thousands of them have cast their votes. More than that, millions have cast their votes. There's a pitch outside. Now it's a full count. Freeland laboring a little bit here in the bottom of the second. He started off nicely with his strikeout of Max Muncy. There's a swing and a miss. He got him on strikes, and that is a big out, number 2. Freeland collects his second strikeout of the day, second strikeout of the inning, and now he'll have to get Clayton Kershaw to avoid the runners from scoring. 240 on the year for Clayton Kershaw, certainly one of the better numbers for starting pitchers in the game. First pitch in the lefty-on-lefty matchup here is in there for a called strike. Kershaw, first-round pick back in the 2006 draft by the Dodgers, and he spent every single year of his career here in L.A. It's been a very good fit for him. 0-1 pitch is swung on and foul back to the screen. Quickly 0-2 now on Kershaw as Freeland tries to get out of trouble and send this game to the third, hoping to give the Rockies another opportunity to get the run on the board first today before the Dodgers can. 0-2. That one's going to miss low. Freeland, 22 pitches this inning, 12 have been strikes, so certainly not the most economical of innings. Had a pretty good first inning in terms of number of pitches, though. 1-2 to Kershaw is low and away. Slider does not get Kershaw to chase. Kershaw, better eye and better pitch recognition than most other starters. And swing and a miss. He got him on a pitch in the dirt. That one's going to get away from Diaz. It'll be a tough play. And throw to first is not in time. Kershaw reaches. There was some hesitation from Diaz because Pollock was taking off for home on the wild pitch. So Diaz, if he had thrown down to first base and immediately thought of making that decision, he might have got Kershaw, but instead he kind of hesitated as he saw Pollock was coming home. So Pollock will score on the strikeout wild pitch, and it's 1-0 Dodgers. Justin Turner will be the batter now, 0 for 1 on the day. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. And he swings and rips one up the middle into center field, a base hit. Hernandez will score. Kershaw up to second base, 2-0 Dodgers now, and Steve Foster, Rockies pitching coach, will go out to the mound to have a visit with Freeland. So a strikeout that could have ended the inning, but it's a wild pitch allowing Kershaw to reach and Pollock to score. Now it's 2-0 Dodgers as Hernandez comes across to score on the RBI single for Justin Turner. Here's Corey Seager now. First pitch is taken high, ball one. And swinging a foul out of play, 1 ball, 1 strike. 37 runs batted in on the year for Corey Seager. That ranks second on these LA Dodgers. Outside hitters count now on Seager. So we could be talking about playing a little bit more simulated baseball than we had expected this season. 40 pitches now for Freeland here in the bottom of the second. As we told you a little bit earlier in the broadcast, reports are looking a bit grim for the potential of an agreement between Major League Baseball and the Players Association. There's a fly ball towards left field. That's going to drop fair, and it's towards the corner. Kershaw will score easily, and now it's 3-0 Dodgers. Turner moves up to third. That's going to be an RBI double for Corey Seager, his 11th double of the year. So Dodgers have extended their lead, all coming with 2 outs here, and it all started with a strikeout wild pitch to Clayton Kershaw. It did allow Pollock to score. Kershaw reached at first base as Diaz kind of hesitated with where he wanted to get the out. Here's Mookie Betts now. He doubled his first time up just an inning ago as Freeland continues to throw quite a few pitches. First pitch swung on and fouled out of play by Mookie Betts, Dodgers right fielder. .335 on base percentage on the year for Mookie Betts, so that has climbed up. .699 on the year is the OPS of Betts. And the 0-1 is in there for a called strike. Quickly 0-2 now on Betts. He has 15 doubles on the year. It is 15th double his last time up. That is first place in the Dodgers. Of course, Rockies lead the league in terms of doubles. David Dahl has 27 of those, which leads baseball as well. Lots of doubles up and down the Rockies lineup. 0-2 pitch to Betts is taken low. It would be very advantageous for Kyle Freeland to get the final out in short order here. About to throw his 45th pitch. Not through 2 innings yet. And it's 3-0 Dodgers. Again, all those runs coming this inning with 2 outs. And the 1-2. That one's going to miss outside. Had a visit to the mound from pitching coach Steve Foster a little bit earlier. As Freeland is running into some trouble here in the bottom of the second. It's a 2-2 count on Mookie Betts. Started off 0-2, and the pitch is high and tight, so from 0-2 to full count now. Cody Bellinger waiting on deck. And the payoff pitch from Freeland to Betts is low, ball 4. He walked him, and the line will keep moving now for LA. Cody Bellinger will bat. He is 0 for 1 on the day. Grounded out his first time up. Rockies don't want to have to use another mound visit here. And look at those second 2 numbers of the slash line. .352 on base percentage, slugging over .500. Even though that batting average is .221 for Cody Bellinger, he's certainly been productive. First pitch is swung on and missed. Bellinger 4 for 7 in his career now against Kyle Freeland. And that one's going to miss low and away, ball 1. Lots of pitches thrown here by Kyle Freeland in the second. Next pitch will be his 50th of the ball game. 3-0 Dodgers, bases loaded, 2 outs. There's a swing and a high fly ball towards left field. Over on this one is Desmond. He'll get there. No, he won't. It's off his glove, and it's going to get down and go to the wall. That's going to get 2 more runs home. And we'll see how that one is scored. It's going to be a double and a 2-run double for Cody Bellinger, his 13th double this season. We'll take a look one more time. Desmond looked like he certainly had a read on it, then just kind of whiffed. And Bud Black is out to make a pitching change. 5 runs across here for Kyle Freeland. In the bottom of the second, he is not able to make it through 2 innings today, and it's 5-0 Dodgers. And up over 50 pitches, so Bud Black decides it is time to make a change, and Antonio Senzatella is going to come into the ball game. Starter for much of the year, now is working in a long relief role. This is his 14th appearance, 1-3 his record. 49 in the third innings pitched, 38 strikeouts, 19 walks. Lefties have hit .337 against him. Righties only .247. Max Muncy, a lefty, was 0 for 1, struck out his first time up. That was earlier in this inning. Kyle Freeland got off to a good start to the second by striking out Max Muncy. He is hitting .300 on the year, .376 on base percentage, and .903 OPS for the Dodgers' first baseman. Jeff Hoffman is also up in the Rockies bullpen in case Bud Black needs to make another pitching change. Senzatella will try to give some length, though. It's already 5-0 Dodgers. All these runs coming here in the bottom of the second with 2 outs. There's a line drive up the middle into center field, a base hit. It's going to get a couple more runs home as Hampson overruns it on his way to second base now is Muncy, and he'll get in there. I believe that should be a single and an error, and now it's 7-0 Dodgers as the Rockies have played some ugly defense here in this inning, the bottom of the second. 7-0 Dodgers, again, 7 2-out runs scored for LA here in the bottom of the second. A.J. Pollock singled and scored earlier in this inning. First pitch is in the dirt, blocked by Diaz. Pollock .295, .347 on base percentage for him. Not hitting for a whole lot of power this year is Pollock. Senzatella looks towards second base. His 1-0 is swung on and ripped foul. It's a 94-mile-an-hour fastball. So 8-year career now for A.J. Pollock. Most of them spent with the Arizona Diamondbacks. Now is hooked up with the Dodgers. Moving a little bit further west, still in the NL West. It's a pitch low and away. Hitters count now on A.J. Pollock in this seemingly never-ending inning. Kyle Freeland came in with just about 13 pitches, I believe, and now ended up being over 50 by the time he was removed, swinging a foul back. So Rockies offense will have a lot of work to do, and unfortunately it's going to have to come against Clayton Kershaw. Rockies did hold their own against Clayton Kershaw, scored a handful of runs off him last time that he came with the Dodgers to Coors Field. But a 7-run deficit, this is not a kind of lead that you see Clayton Kershaw blow quite often. Two-two from Senzatella is swung on and missed. He got him on strikes, and that will finally end the inning. A very lengthy bottom of the second inning. Dodgers score 7 runs with 2 outs. It'll be the 9-1 two-hitters do it for the Rockies in the third. Here's how the Dodgers have done in terms of their pitching stats this year. Have been right around middle of the pack to a little better than that. 12th in baseball in ERA. 4th in ERA in the NL. Same goes for their whip and opponent batting average, as well as walks allowed, 11th in terms of strikeouts in the NL. Antonio Senzatella is going to lead things off. 7-0 Dodgers. Kyle Freeland got the start today. He's not able to make it through 2 innings. Senzatella came in. He swings and fouls and out of play. So it'll sort of be like, hey, Senzatella, we're asking you to kind of go ahead and make a start for us. And the 0-1 is swung on and pulled foul. A couple of good swings for Senzatella against Kershaw. Good contact on those foul balls, but it's 0-2 on him. 0-67 on the year for Senzatella. Kershaw into his motion windup in the 0-2 is inside.
1 ball, 2 strikes, count.
Senzatella certainly did not expect he would be getting an at-bat here in the third inning of this ball game. The pitch inside kind of evens at 2. Rockies will just have to try to hope for a miracle and a miraculous comeback against Clayton Kershaw. There's a swing and a miss. And a easy 90-mile-an-hour fastball to Senzatella. Kershaw collects his 3rd strikeout of the game. Dodgers batting around, all with 2 outs in that bottom of the second. Trevor Story doubled his first time up. He swings to the first pitch and pulls it foul. It was looking like a promising start in that first inning as Story doubled, then Ian Desmond walked on 4 pitches, but then a fly out from Blackman and infield fly rule pop out for Nolan Arenado. A strikeout for Ryan McMahon, and no runs were able to cross. There's the pitch outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Story was 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts in yesterday's ball game in Arizona. There's a 1-1 pitch from Kershaw, and it swung on and popped in the air toward shallow center. Pollock is right there, and he will squeeze it when it finally comes down. That's out number 2. And that'll leave it up to Ian Desmond. Bud Black will be hoping Antonio Senzatella can give him some length from here on out. So 236 on the year for Desmond. Drew that walk back in the first inning on 4 pitches against Clayton Kershaw. Not what we've been accustomed to seeing this year from Kyle Freeland, the kind of starts like the one we saw today. Desmond was 0 for 3 in yesterday's ball game. Motion windup 0-1. It's just a bit high. 1 ball, 1 strike. And that's in there for a strike at the knees. Strike 3 called, got him on the inside corner. That'll retire the side. We head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Rockies will be trying to keep the Dodgers off the board. It'll be Hernandez, Smith, and then Kershaw due up 7-0 LA. Kike Hernandez will lead things off against Antonio Senzatella here in the bottom of the 3rd. First pitch is taken high, ball 1. Kike Hernandez 1 for 4 base hit the last time he got a start. Also a hit in today's ball game off Kyle Freeland. 7-0 Dodgers here in the bottom of the 3rd. Senzatella's job is to keep them off the board from here on out. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Enrique Kike Hernandez, 1-1, is swung on and pulled foul down the 3rd base line. And the 1-2 is going to miss in the dirt. Kike Hernandez out to Puerto Rico. 2-2 pitch is check swing, and he went too far. And that is out number 1. Senzatella picking up his first strikeout of the day. We'll take a look at some unfortunate numbers. This is the highest ERAs in the National League collective teams. Rockies have a pretty sizable gap on worst ERA. They're at 5.37. Brewers have a 4.60 ERA, then Cubs, Cardinals after that. Will Smith struck out his first time up back in the 2nd inning. He's 0 for 1. One of the few Dodgers not to get in on the fun in that 2nd inning. First pitch from Senzatella is taken high. Will Smith, who struck out in that inning, Max Muncy, who struck out in that inning, was able to come back a little later on in the inning and collect a 2-run double. There's a pitch low, 2-0. Nice night here in LA, as they tend to be. There's a 2-0, and that's in there for a called strike. Scoreboard not as nice as the weather conditions. 7-0 Dodgers. And the 2-1 from Senzatella is swung on and fouled out of play. That one's high and the count goes full. 95-mile-an-hour fastball from Senzatella. Working in long relief these days. This could be a long relief outing for him. Payoff pitch is swung on and slashed foul. And swung on and pulled foul once more. If you want to check out purplerow.com, one of the many articles written in the past week or so was, we'll pick it up after this line drive towards left center field. And Will Smith will pick up a double. Article I was wanting to mention to you was Renee Deckard, one of my fellow editors at Purple Row, had an interview with me about the whole process of the simulation here on Purple Row Sim. You can read that in its entirety at purplerow.com. Clayton Kershaw bats, swings and pulls one foul, 1 out now. Kershaw struck out and then reached on an error. That was with 2 outs. It was before any runs had scored. A.J. Pollock came across to score, so I reached on a wild pitch and on an error. A.J. Pollock came across to score, then 6 more runs came across, all with 2 outs against Kyle Freeland and Antonio Senzatella there in the second. Ground ball hit to short. Story throws to first. That's out number 2. And Justin Turner will get his 3rd at bat of the day here in the 3rd inning. 1 for 2, single RBI run scored in inning number 2 for him. Slugging .509 on the year is the Dodgers' 3rd baseman. We mentioned 3rd place in the NL All-Star voting right now after Arenado and then Bryant. First pitch is going to be a strike called at the knees. Turner, 7th-round pick in the 2006 draft, started his career as a member of the New York Mets. They did not see the potential in him that the Dodgers did, and Dodgers really unleashed that potential. He's become one of the best 3rd basemen in the NL. Line drive towards right center field. That one's going to get down. Cutting it off is Hampson. That'll get a run home Smith. On his way to second base, and out there is Turner. But the run will score, and it is 8-0 Dodgers. We're through 3 innings. 8-0 LA. Top of the 4th inning, Charlie Blackmon leads off against Clayton Kershaw. Blackmon 0 for 1 on the day. First pitch strike on the outside corner. Pull shift is on even in an 8-0 ball game. Kike Hernandez, Dodgers' 2nd baseman, playing in the shift on the outfield grass. For Charlie Blackmon, 0-1 pitch is a strike of the knees. Certainly say a lot of momentum has been taken out for the Rockies at this stage. 0-2 is inside, ball 1. Clayton Kershaw likely hit 50 pitches in this 4th inning. Up over 50 pitches before able to get out of 2 innings was Kyle Freeland. He's a swing and a chop foul at the plate. Kershaw into his motion 1-2. Is swung on and missed. He got him on strikes. It's the 5th strikeout of the day for Kershaw. His first out of the 4th.
Up next for Colorado, the 3rd baseman, Nolan Arenado.
Nolan Arenado will be the batter. 0 for 1, popped out his first time up. First pitch here is just a bit high. Infield fly rule was called and then Arenado pop out. Batting .322 on the year, 19 homers, 45 runs batted in for the Rockies' 3rd baseman, leading the National League 3rd base All-Star voting. 1-0 pitch is going to miss outside, 2-0. 43 runs scored for Nolan Arenado. That ranks 3rd place in the NL. Definitely among the league leaders in several categories is Arenado. Home runs, runs batted in, average, hits. There's a strike. On base percentage, slugging percentage. Up over 50 pitches now is the lefty Clayton Kershaw. Nolan Arenado, of course, has hit lefties exceedingly well in his career. The 2-1 is swung on and fouled back. And that one's just going to miss. Full count with Ryan McMahon waiting on deck. McMahon batting .250 this season. 8-0 Dodgers. Payoff pitch from Kershaw to Arenado is taken high, ball 4. He walked him. And that'll put a runner on for Ryan McMahon as the Rockies try to break up the shutout.
The batter, number 24, 2nd baseman, Ryan McMahon.
McMahon struck out his first time up to end the first inning. 16 home runs, 36 runs batted in on the year for the Rockies' second baseman. Has been playing a little bit of first base here and there as well, especially when Chris Owings gets into the ball game. And Daniel Murphy is sitting. Pitch high. Kershaw not having to pitch from the set position a whole lot early on today. His 1-0 is swung on and skied towards left field. Bellinger on the run for this one. Will get there to make the catch, and that's out number 2. Arenado back to first.
Now batting, catcher,
Elias Diaz, Rockies catcher today, will be the batter. He lined out his first time up. A little flare. It's caught by Seager, the shortstop. 247 average, 312 on base percentage for the catcher Diaz. Has hit lefties much better than righties this year. Still hitting well over 350 against southpaws. Kershaw's first pitch to Diaz is taken just a little bit low. Diaz in his first year as a member of the Rockies, spending the remainder of his career as a member of the Pittsburgh Pirates organization. Non-tendered at the deadline this past offseason. 1-0 from Kershaw is inside 2-0. 12-6 curveball from Kershaw. Call it a 12-6 because if you're still familiar with the concept of the analog clock, that is how the ball drops from the 12 at the upper regions to the 6 at the lower regions. 2-0 pitch to Diaz is taken for a strike at the knees. Kershaw from the stretch looks towards first base. Don't think Arenado will be running. His 2-1 is going to miss a low 3-1. Josh Fuentes waiting on deck, hoping to get another opportunity to get his second, I believe his second or third hit of the season. That's swung on and lined right into the glove of the first baseman Muncy, and that'll retire the side. Hitting it hard was Diaz, but to no avail. We go to the bottom of the fourth. It's 8-0 Dodgers. Seager, Betts, Bellinger due up. Corey Seager 1 for 2 on the day. He leads off the bottom of the fourth inning against Antonio Senzatella out for a third inning of work. 1 for 2, double RBI run scored today for Seager off to a really nice start to the year. 318 with a 392 on base percentage. First pitch from Senzatella here in the fourth is taken outside. Seager right now is fourth in the NL All-Star voting. I believe we mentioned that earlier as well. Trevor Story is sixth, I believe we said. Story certainly hitting for a lot of power this year. Lots more batting average and on-base percentage to speak of from Seager. Swing on a line drive pulled foul. And that swung on and skied in the air towards center field. Hampson camping under it. He will make the catch. That's out number 1.
Now batting, right fielder,
Mookie Betts, the batter, doubled and scored earlier in this one. Also has a walk. 240 to the 337 OBP now for the Dodgers right fielder in his first year in a Dodgers uniform. Senzatella kicks and deals. That's a strike. Betts sitting on 32.5 career WAR across parts of 6 seasons. Wins above replacement. Ground ball hit towards short. Story makes the play. And that is out number 2. And Cody Bellinger will be the batter. Betts definitely towards the top of leaderboards in terms of the American League overall in his time with Boston. He's competing with Mike Trout in his last few seasons there for best player in the AL on an annual basis. There's a pitch inside. Cody Bellinger, 2017 NL Rookie of the Year, remember, had a bit of a sophomore slump in 2018, then really came back in 2019. There he lines one right into the glove of the shortstop Story, who was shifted towards that direction, and that'll retire the side. After 4 innings, it's 8-0 Dodgers. Rockies manager Bud Black and pitching coach Steve Foster discussing how things have gone today. Josh Fuentes leads off here in the top of the 5th. We'll see if Antonio Senzatella bats for himself. He is due up 3rd. Fuentes 0 for 1 on the day. Swings and fouls and on a play. Really rough start for Kyle Freeland, only able to make it through 1 2/3 innings. 7 runs scoring, all with 2 outs in that bottom of the 2nd for LA. It was a promising start to the game for the Rockies offense. First 2 runners reached, a double and a walk from Story and Desmond there in the top of the 1st. No runners able to score. Now we're at 8-0 LA. Pitched low. Hitters count now on Josh Fuentes. And that's swung on in Sky towards right center field. On the run for this one is Betts. He's still going back. Now the center fielder will hold up. Pollock was coming in from nowhere, but Betts had a read on it all the way. That's out number 1. Garrett Hampson will bat now. Hampson grounded out his first time up. He's 0 for 1. 175, 283 on base percentage on the year for Hampson. Not a whole lot of playing time for the Hampster. Early on, first pitch from Kershaw is taken inside. And Kershaw not sure where that one missed. Well, I would direct Kershaw to the scoreboard and say, well, I guess maybe I'm being a bit unfair. Kershaw is undoubtedly in line to win this ball game, but might have to throw a couple extra pitches, and he would like to pitch as deep into the ball game as he can. Though I certainly think that the umpire made the correct call with that one being called a ball. 2-0 pitch is swung on and fouled out of play. Next pitch will be the 69th of the day for Clayton Kershaw. And it's swung on and shot into left field, a base hit. One out single for Garrett Hampson, who continues to have pretty good numbers in his career against Clayton Kershaw. So far today, 4 1/3 innings pitched. 69 pitches so far. 5 strikeouts, 2 walks. No runs have been allowed yet by Kershaw. Rockies will be trying to break up the shutout. We'll see who bats now. Antonio Senzatella will get another at bat. He's 0 for 1 on the day. Strikeout victim his first time up. At the hand of Clayton Kershaw. I'm sure the number of strikeouts, the number of times Kershaw has struck out opposing pitchers could certainly fill up a scrapbook. 1 for 16 on the year is Senzatella. He is not getting paid to do hitting, though. Kershaw comes set. His 0-1 is swung on and missed. 0-2 quickly. Not the most economical of pitch counts for Clayton Kershaw, so the hope is we will not have to see him for the entirety of this ball game. There's a swing and a miss. Senzatella strikes out. 6th strikeout for Kershaw. 2nd time he's gotten Senzatella today. Senzatella did not start this ball game, though he's gotten a couple at bats. Kyle Freeland did, was only able to make it through an inning and 2/3. Lineup will turn over now for Trevor Story, who has a double today, part of his 1 for 2 day at the plate. So slugging .529 on the year is Trevor Story. Lefty Kershaw to the righty. Story, first pitch is taken for a strike. It's a 91-mile-an-hour fastball for Kershaw. Does not throw with quite the velocity he once did, but that was never the big calling card for Clayton Kershaw. He's been able to make good pitches in good spots throughout his career. Excellent command, excellent pinpoint location. Actually, Story, I believe I said 6th place in the NL All-Star voting. Actually, he's 3rd. Want to shortchange him. Certainly opportunity for Story to continue to make some headway. He is above Corey Seager. It's Gene Segura in 2nd place, and then ahead of them is Javier Baez. Story's very close to Segura in terms of the number of votes, but then there's a bit of a gap before you get to Baez. Ian Desmond waiting on deck as the count is 3-1 on Trevor Story. And check swing in there for a called strike. Full count. Haven't seen many full counts for Rockies batters against Clayton Kershaw today. Payoff pitch is swung on and lined towards the gap in right center field. That ball is going to get down and go to the wall. Hampson can fly. He will easily score. Story will easily make it to second base with an RBI double. Rockies on the board trailing at 8-1 now. Second double of the day, 14th double of the year for Trevor Story. Hampson scores. Hampson was on the move anyway with the full count and 2 outs. And Ian Desmond will try to keep the line moving now. He drew a 4-pitch walk back in the first, otherwise 0 for 1. Bit of a defensive miscue in the bottom of the second inning that led to that inning continuing. Ended up being a 7-run inning for LA, all of those runs scoring with 2 outs. Desmond fouls that one out of play. 235, 9 home runs, 21 driven in on the year for the Rockies left fielder. And Rocky's certainly making Kershaw work. He's about to throw his 80th pitch of the day here on the 5th. So very small chance he will get to go the distance in this one, no matter what the score may be, no matter how many runs the Dodgers put on the board. Kershaw looks towards second base. That's where Story is. Gets ready to deliver his 0-2. And it's swung on and missed. Desmond strikes out on 3 pitches. Trevor Story puts the Rockies on the board. RBI double towards the right center field gap. Garrett Hampson scores. It's 8-1 Dodgers going to the bottom of the 5th. Max Muncy leads off the bottom of the 5th inning. Antonio Senzatella out for yet another inning of work. Again, I guess they're going to kind of treat it like a start for Antonio Senzatella, as he came in there with a couple outs in the second inning, but he's getting an opportunity to really put up quite a few innings for the Rockies. 15 doubles on the year for Max Muncy. That's second place on these Dodgers. The 0-1 is going to miss low.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Scores around baseball. 10-0 Padres beat the Giants, so Padres continue their reign above the top of the NL West. Zach Davies gets his 4th win of the year. Drew Smiley the loss. Remember, he had a complete game shutout his last start against the Rockies. Will Myers hit home run number 9 on the year, so homering against someone other than the Rockies.
That's off the plate. Ball 2.
Nationals beat the Mets in NL East action 5-0. Steven Strasburg with win number 7 on the year. And Noah Syndergaard lost number 5. He's down to 4-5. It's a 3-2 count on Max Muncy. Strasburg went 9 innings, complete game, allowing 1 run, 8 strikeouts. There's a ground ball hit and not able to be handled by Story. And that's going to put a runner on. Error on Story. Pirates beat the Cardinals 11-5 today. Pirates have been a surprising story, despite 4 hits from Paul Goldschmidt. Brian Reynolds hit his 7th home run of the year, 4 runs batted in. Pitchers duel in Miami, 16-14. Marlins beat the Phillies. Adam Conley getting the win in relief. His first win of the year. Sir Anthony Dominguez, 4th loss for the Phils. Rhys Hoskins hit 2 home runs in a losing cause, had 6 runs batted in. And in the winning cause, Jonathan Villar had 2 home runs, his 8th and 9th of the year. Cubs beat the Reds 5-1. John Lester gets win number 7. And Sonny Gray lost number 6. John Lester went 7 innings, struck out 7, no runs allowed on 6 hits. Nick Senzel in the losing cause, the 1 run batted in for the Reds on a solo shot. Swinging a foul out of play. A.J. Pollock 1 for 2 in this ball game. It's a 2-1 count on him. You can see the runs leaders in the NL are crossing the scoreboard. Score bug at the bottom. Nolan Arenado in 3rd place. 3-1 is the count on A.J. Pollock. In the AL, A's beat the Tigers 6-2. Blackburn gets the win, his first, and Michael Fulmer the loss, his seventh. So swinging a high fly ball towards left field. Desmond's going back. It looks like he's got a beat on it. He'll get there and make the catch. It's out number 1. Ramon Laureano, home run number 7. 4 runs batted in that game. Rangers shut out the Blue Jays 7-0. Mike Minor with win number 6.
Second baseman.
And Thornton gets loss number 4. Joey Gallo, 2 home runs, number 6 and 7 on the year. Rowdy Tellez getting a hit. White Sox shut out the Royals 11-0. Gio Gonzalez, only his second win of the year. And Duffy, loss number 4, Danny Duffy. Yoan Moncada went 4 for 4 with 2 home runs, number 10 and number 11. Swinging a ground ball hit towards third base. Arenado goes to second for 1, back to first. That's a double play, and that'll retire the side. We're through 5. It is 8-1 Dodgers. Charlie Blackmon leads things off here in the 6th, 0 for 2 strikeout and a flyout on the day. Batting .289 on the year, .915 his OPS. Rockies got on the board in the top of the 5th with a RBI double off the bat of Trevor Story that scored Garrett Hampson. 81 pitches now for Clayton Kershaw. Rockies will at least try to continue to raise that pitch count for Kershaw. Lefty on lefty matchup. First pitch is swung on and grounded up the middle. Right there is the shortstop Corey Seager to make the play for out number 1. They had the defense positioned perfectly for Charlie Blackmon.
Next to Colorado, the third baseman,
Nolan Arenado 0 for 1 did draw a walk in the 4th inning. .388 is on-base percentage. Very good .1032 OPS for the NL's leading vote getter at third base in the All-Star voting right now. Sure, Arenado would trade it all away for a win here today. First pitch from Kershaw is taken inside. 246 career home runs across parts of 7 seasons, so 250 is expected anytime now. Anytime within the next couple weeks, I would say. Leading the Rockies in home runs is Arenado, among the league leaders in that category. Kershaw kicks and deals is 1-1, and it's swung on and missed.
The count is 1-2.
And strike 3 call got him at the knees. Arenado not so sure about that call. He'll hang around home plate for a couple seconds to discuss it. That is the 8th strikeout of this ball game for Clayton Kershaw. And Arenado may have had a beef on that one. Looked a little low from this vantage point. Here is Ryan McMahon, 0 for 2 strikeout and a flyout. .321 is on-base percentage, very good. .879 OPS, certainly hitting for a lot of power this year is Ryan McMahon. While the batting average and OBP have certainly fluctuated, the power has remained consistent for the Rockies' second baseman. 1-0 pitch is inside, 2-0. 17 doubles is tied for 8th place in the National League for Ryan McMahon. Lots of Rockies among the league leaders in that category. David Dahl leads all of baseball with 27 two-base hits. 2-0 pitch is swung on and fouled out of play. The 2-1. Outside corner for a strike. Kershaw getting the benefit of some calls here. He's at 90 pitches now here in the top of the 6th. I think he'll get a 7th if he can get McMahon rather quickly. Probably 7 would be all we see from Kershaw today. 2-2 pitch is swung on and grounded up the middle. Second baseman jump throw, and Hernandez got him, and that's a nice play. As we take a look at it one more time, we go to the bottom of the 6th. It appears the video froze up a little bit there. Will Smith, 1 for 2 double and a run scored in this ball game. 8-1 Dodgers here in the bottom of the 6th. Excellent job by Antonio Senzatella today after the 7 runs given up in the bottom of the second inning. Senzatella came in, gave up a couple inherited runners, allowed them to score, and gave up just a run. And he has given lots of length to Bud Black, and definitely appreciative of that is the Rocky skipper. Senzatella not even at 50 pitches yet here in the bottom of the 6th. The pitch low end away. And Senzatella definitely did not start this ball game. I want to make that clear. He did not give up the 8 runs, and yet is still allowed to pitch here in the 6th. But that would be quite impressive if he gave up all those runs and was only at 49 pitches. There he gets a strikeout, 3rd strikeout of the day. And Clayton Kershaw will get another at bat. 0 for 2 strikeout, and reached on a wild pitch, ground out, then scored a run. After he reached, again, that was with 2 outs, and at the time it was a scoreless ball game, reached on that strikeout wild pitch, and on the play, A.J. Pollock scored. Then 6 more runs scored for the Dodgers in that bottom of the second inning, all with 2 outs. And there was some hesitation by Elias Diaz on whether or not he wanted to throw to first base, and if he had thrown to first base all the way, he might well have gotten Kershaw. But then he kind of saw to the corner of his eye A.J. Pollock was coming home. By the time he saw him, though, Pollock had already scored. Then Diaz threw down to first base, and it was too late to get Kershaw. That all has led us to where we're at now, an 8-1 lead for the Los Angeles Dodgers over the Rockies. 1-1 pitch is swung on and popped up behind the plate. Foul territory, Diaz camping under it. He'll make the catch, and that'll retire the side.
Now batting, the third baseman,
Justin Turner, 2 for 3 on the day. 2 singles, 2 runs batted in, and 8 runs scored, 860 OPS on his season. First pitch is in the dirt, ball 1. Turner, as we mentioned, trailing Arenado and then Chris Bryant in the All-Star voting at third base. (1-0) is going to miss in the dirt. 2-0. Senzatella kicks and fires. That one is low, 3-0. Corey Seager waiting on deck, hoping for another opportunity. And 3-0 is swung on and fouled out of play. Turner thought he might have had something to hit there on the 3-0. That's high, ball 4. He walked him. 2-out walk to Turner here in the 8-1 ball game in the bottom of the 6th against Senzatella. Jeff Hoffman was warming earlier. Corey Seager, the batter, 1 for 3, double RBI runs scored. 881 is OPS this season. Senzatella's done a remarkable job so far of really stopping the bleeding. 8-1 Dodgers. Just swinging a broken bat, ground ball to third base. This will be a tough play for Arenado. Fires to first and not in time. Seager will beat it out. That'll be an infield single all the way. You know, if Arenado is not able to throw him out, no one could. Throw is right on the money, just a step ahead of the throw was Seager. And Mookie Betts will get another chance to bat with a couple runners on, 2 outs. 1 for 2 double and a run scored in today's game for Betts. You can see the 336 on base percentage is solid, 362 slugging percentage, and the 239 on base percentage. Not a whole lot of hits, not a whole lot of power for Betts this year. Certainly been drawing his walks. Rockies, I feel like, have seen his best performances this season. There's a pitch inside. Betts last year won the Silver Slugger Award as a member of the Red Sox. Definitely not in line in terms of his stats right now to continue winning that for the Dodgers. 1-0 pitch from Senzatella is taken down and in, 2-0. This could very well be the last inning for Senzatella, as he looks like he might be fatigued a little bit. Pitch count starting to catch up with him. 2-0 pitch is called a ball, 3-0. Cody Bellinger waiting on deck. And that one's going to miss low, ball 4. He walked him. Cody Bellinger, the batter, he's 1 for 3. Double, 2 runs batted in and a run scored. 877 his OPS, despite the low batting average in the 220s. Bases loaded, 2 outs against Antonio Senzatella. First pitch here is taken for a strike. Bellinger 2 for 3 with a couple singles in yesterday's ball game for LA. 0-1 offering is swung on and pulled foul. Quickly 0-2 on Bellinger now. And the 0-2 pitch. That is down and in ball 1. Turner on third, Seager on second, Betts on first with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Cody Bellinger at the plate. It's a 1-2 count. Senzatella trying to send this one quickly to the 7th. 1-2 is swung on and missed. He got him on strikes, and that'll retire the side. We're through 6. It's 8-1 Dodgers. Pretty good job by Antonio Senzatella to kind of stop the bleeding a little bit today. Let's go to the 7th. Rockies will try for, another hit or two.
Leading off for Colorado, the catcher.
Clayton Kershaw is at 91 pitches starting off this 7th inning. Could very well be his last inning of work. First pitch to Elias Diaz is low, ball 1. That swung on and fouled out of play. Swung on and grounded towards second base. Easy play for Hernandez, throws to first, out number 1.
The first baseman.
Here's Josh Fuentes. A couple batters from now, Antonio Senzatella and the pitcher's spot are due up. If it gets there, we'll see. I would certainly think it would be time for a pinch hitter. Swinging a ground ball, fair down the left field line off the bat of Fuentes. Over to pick it up is Bellinger, and wisely holding at first with a single is Josh Fuentes.
Now batting, number 1.
Nice piece of hitting for today's Rockies first baseman. Here's Garrett Hampson now. Joe Kelly and Blake Trinan both up in the Dodgers bullpen. Hampson singled and scored earlier. See a slash line, 195, 298, 439. That's pretty good numbers in his career against Clayton Kershaw. Kershaw comes set. He is 0-1. Is called the ball inside, 1-1. Kershaw can't believe it. Hey, costing me a 7th inning here. Kershaw shakes, then holds that glove up high over his head, brings it back down when he comes into a set position. The 1-1 is swung on and ripped towards left field. Going back on this one is Bellinger. He will make the catch. Hard line drive out off the bat of Hampson. Nothing you can do about that one. Just keep trying to hit it with that same intensity if you're Garrett Hampson. Bellinger got a very good read on it, and there are 2 away. David Dahl is going to pinch hit for Antonio Senzatella here in the pitcher's spot, the number 9 spot in the order.
David Dahl.
241 on the year, 6 home runs, 22 driven in. Really cool at the plate right now. And cool as in cold, not as in cool as a cucumber for David Dahl right now. Pitch low and away, ball 1.
Count 1-0.
719 OPS on the year for David Dahl. Kershaw is 1-0. is in there for a called strike. It's going to miss outside. Here's count now on David Dahl. Certainly use a hit here. Be a small victory in today's ballgame. Kershaw now at 101 pitches. Almost certainly would be his final inning. Swing and a miss, strike 2. I don't think this is his final batter if he doesn't get Dahl. I think he'll be allowed to face the next. But 7th should be his final inning. Dahl takes the pitch high, full count. Fans encouraging Clayton Kershaw to get this final out in a quick process. Trevor Story waiting on deck. Payoff pitch to Dahl is swung on and missed. He got him on strikes, and that'll retire the side. Good slider for Kershaw, and that looks like a pretty good end of the day for Kershaw. 7th inning stretch time, 8-1 Dodgers.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back, 'cause it's root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back, 'cause it's root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
New pitcher for the Rockies is Jeff Hoffman, so they'll try just to use 3 pitchers today. Freeland not able to put together much of a start, only 1 2/3 innings. Antonio Senzatella picks up much of the rest of the way, and now a few innings of Jeff Hoffman. Just a couple innings, though. Won't have to pitch about him at the 9th unless the Rockies rally. Then we'll see someone else, I'm sure, for the 9th. Max Muncy 1 for 3, base hit, a couple of runs batted in for him today. And he was really cold coming in over his last several plate appearances. 30 or so, was only batting around 200. Tim Collins, the lefty, Joe Harvey, the righty, warming up in the bullpen for the Rockies. I think Bud Black would certainly like to get a couple quick innings from Jeff Hoffman. There's a strike, and it's quickly 0-2 on Muncy. Swung on and ripped towards right field. Coming in on this one is Blackman. He'll make the catch for out number 1.
The center fielder, number 11,
A.J. Pollock will get another opportunity. Good read on that ball by Blackman. Pollock 1 for 3, singled and scored in his earlier at bats. First pitch is taken for a strike. The 0-1 is swung on and fouled out of play. Quickly 0-2 now on Pollock. One's high, ball 1. And swinging a ground ball hit towards short. Story up with the ball, throws to first. It's out number 2. Kike Hernandez will be the batter. He is 1 for 3 in this ball game, doubled and scored earlier. 8-1 Dodgers. It was Dodgers early, not necessarily often. All the scoring was done in a span of the second and third innings. 7 of those runs in the second, all with 2 outs, I might add. Kyle Freeland being chased from the ball game. Senzatella and so far Hoffman have done a good job of stopping the bleeding from here on out. There's a strike, quickly 0-2 now on Hernandez as Hoffman's doing what he needs to do, pouring in strikes here. The 0-2. That one's just a bit outside.
Yep, that ball went out.
Good curveball that time, does not get Hernandez to chase though. And the 1-2 is way inside. 94-mile-an-hour fastball brushes Hernandez back. And swung on and ripped towards deep left field, hooking down the line, and that ball is gone. Second home run of the season for Kike Hernandez, both of which have come against the Rockies. This one against Jeff Hoffman, the other against Wade Davis. Back on the last homestand, the Dodgers came to Coors Field. 415 feet off the bat, 107.6 mile-per-hour exit velocity for the Dodgers' second baseman today. Now it's 9-1 Dodgers, as Hernandez turned on that fastball for sure. Hoffman knew it about as soon as it made contact with the bat. Will Smith, the batter, 1 for 3 double and a run scored today. First pitch is in there for a called strike. So we mentioned a pretty good job of throwing strikes since Jeff Hoffman came into this ballgame. That pitch to Hernandez was a bit caught a bit too much at the plate, I would say. The 0-1 to Smith is just a bit high.
1-1.
That one's down and in. Hitter's count now on the Dodgers catcher.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Hoffman kicks and deals. That one's low, 3-1 now. Pitcher's spot is waiting on deck. I believe we've seen the final pitches from Clayton Kershaw today. 3-1 delivery to Smith is swung on and pulled foul. And now it's a full count. That's inside, ball 4. He walked him, a 2-out base runner against Hoffman. We'll see who takes the at-bat next. Couple of really quick outs for Hoffman. And Clayton Kershaw is going to bat for himself, so perhaps we see him come back for the 8th. He's up over 100 pitches now, but Dave Roberts might say, hey, go out there, ace. Hoffman's first pitch to Kershaw is taken down and in.
Ball 1, no strike.
This will be now the 20th pitch of this 7th inning for Hoffman, who got a couple really quick outs. And the home run and the walk. There's a swing and a line drive right to the third baseman, Nolan Arenado, and that'll retire the side. Kike Hernandez extends the lead for LA up to 9-1 with a home run, his second home run of the year, both of which have come against the Rockies. We go to the 8th, 9-1 LA. Trevor Story 2 for 3, a couple doubles and an RBI, the lone RBI of the ballgame for the Rockies. 9-1 Dodgers here in the top of the 8th. Story leads off. Clayton Kershaw at 104 pitches is back out there, at least to start the 8th. Certainly thought the 7th would be the last we saw of him, just by virtue of the pitch count, but well, he's back out there. First pitch to Story is swung on and fouled out of play. Kershaw's 0-1 is in there for a called strike. Quickly 0-2 on the Rockies shortstop. And that one's high and away. 43,534 in attendance on a nice night in LA. Dodgers usually pack in the crowds. Pitch number 108 today for Kershaw is swung on and missed, and Story strikes out. It's the 10th strikeout of the day for Clayton Kershaw. Certainly looked good against the Rockies in this one. Ian Desmond will bat. Kershaw now at 108 pitches. Desmond 0 for 2 with a walk back in the first inning. First pitch is a strike. 233, 300, 429, the triple slash on the year for Desmond. That's batting average, on base percentage, and slugging percentage. It's always nice to weigh them all out to make sure you get a full idea of what type of hitter you're seeing. Inside 1 ball, 1 strike. Used to be you would just look at runs batted in, home runs, and batting average. Swinging a ground ball towards second base. Hernandez makes the play. That's out number 2. 111 pitches, make a wish now for Clayton Kershaw. Charlie Blackmon 0 for 3. He'll get his 4th at bat, grounded out his last time up. That was in the 6th. 288 now with a 349 on base percentage. With the walks leader scrolling across the bottom of your screen, Cody Bellinger in second place. So we mentioned that batting average a bit low for Bellinger, but he is towards the top of the league in home runs and in terms of walks, so he's certainly been doing his part. .1-0 from Kershaw is taken high. .2-0. That's swung on and ripped towards left center field. Going back on this one is the left fielder Bellinger. He'll get there to make the catch. When the Rockies have hit it hard, they've hit into some outs. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Turner, Seager, Betts due up for the Dodgers. Jeff Hoffman will try for another inning of work. 20 pitches in his 7th. Got a couple quick outs and gave up a home run and a walk. 2 for 3 on the day. 2 base hits, 2 runs batted in, and a run scored for the third baseman Justin Turner. 9-1 Dodgers. Some scores around baseball here in the 8th. It's 9-3 Twins beat the Angels today. Randy Dobnak getting the win for Minnesota. Andrew Haney, his 6th loss for LA. The other LA, the Anaheim Angels. Swinging a foul out of play. I believe that covers about all the games across baseball, as the Rockies and Dodgers are the final game this evening. 1-1 pitch is going to miss outside. Hitters count now on Justin Turner. And the 2-1. Swung on and lined right to the shortstop, Trevor Story, 1 away. Corey Seager will be the batter. Two for 4, double, single run batted in on the day for Seager. Very nice so far, first half of his 2020 campaign. Dodgers just hoping Seager stays healthy, and he is definitely an asset at shortstop. Somehow the Dodgers just continue to bring up and acquire quality players. 1-0 pitch is outside. And of course, players will acquire full service time even if there is no Major League Baseball season this year. So it's becoming more and more likely that Mookie Betts will not play a game in a Dodgers uniform. And Dodgers can't be too happy about that, but that's the way the cookie crumbles. 2-1 pitch is swung on and flied towards center. On the run for this one is Hampson. He'll get there to make the catch, and there are 2 away. And Mookie Betts will be the batter. 1 for 2 double runs scored in today's ball game. Hoffman's first pitch is taken high, ball 1. 9-1 Dodgers. Rockies will need at least 8 to tie. It's been done. There's a strike on a big sweeping curveball. 30 pitches now for Hoffman, 17 of which have been strikes. So far, it's been a better 8th inning than 7th inning. It's way inside, nearly hit Betts, but a hitter's count on him now. Slider misses. And it's swung on in sky towards left field. Should be easy for Desmond. Camps under it, makes the catch, and the side is retired. We go to the 9th, 9-1 Dodgers. Due up for the Rockies, Arenado, McMahon, and Elias Diaz.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're at incomplete.
Joe Kelly will try to close things out, though it's a 9-1 Dodger lead, so not a save situation. 10th game of the year, 1-0 is Kelly's record, 2.57 ERA, 7 strikeouts, 6 walks in 7 innings. He'll have a tough first out for sure. It's Nolan Arenado, 0 for 2, did have a walk against Kershaw back in the 4th inning. Kershaw going 8 innings, allowing just 1 run today, and an RBI double by Trevor Story. And again, it was looking like a pretty good start to the ball game for the Rockies offense. They got a double from Story and a walk on 4 pitches from Desmond. Then Kershaw shut down the offense from the rest of the way there and got 7 runs from his offense in the bottom of the 2nd, all with 2 outs. And that started when he was at the plate. Arenado fouls and out of play. When Kershaw, with 2 outs, struck out on a wild pitch. Then a bit of an indecision on where to throw the ball for Diaz. A.J. Pollock came home to score. And by the time that Diaz decided where he wanted to throw, he threw to first, and Kershaw was safe. And 6 more runs came across, then a run in the bottom of the 8th. A run in the bottom of the 8th, but also a run in the bottom of the 3rd. That run in the bottom of the 8th was a solo home run by Kike Hernandez, who's only hit 2 home runs this year, but they both come against Rockies pitching, Wade Davis and now Jeff Hoffman. Pitch low and away to Arenado, ball 1. 8 strong innings, well over 100 pitches today for Clayton Kershaw. Joe Kelly trying to get the final 3 outs. Rockies need 8 runs to tie. 1-2 to Arenado is inside.
Ball 2. 2-2 count.
Two pitch. Check swing, and it's low. Full count now on Nolan Arenado. Ryan McMahon is waiting on deck. About the only way you can get an 8-run inning is to get a leadoff base runner. Unless you're the Dodgers, who got a 7-run 2nd inning with 2 outs. Payoff pitch is swung on and pulled foul. 99-mile-an-hour fastball. Lots of velocity coming at you from Joe Kelly. He's had a bit of a rough start to his tenure with the Dodgers, but he's pretty good in terms of ERA this year. A little bit of struggle with command, though. That one swung on and missed. Arenado strikes out at a pitch in the dirt. Throw down by Smith will get him, and that's the first out. Final line on Kershaw today goes 8 innings, 114 pitches. 1 run on 4 hits, 2 walks, 10 strikeouts. Just your average, ordinary Clayton Kershaw start. He did come in with a whip of 128 and an ERA of 3.77, but that certainly came down. Ryan McMahon 0 for 3 in this ballgame. He's slugging .555. Ground out for him back in the 6th, and he grounds one in front of the mound. Smith picks it up, throws to first, and the Rockies are down to their final out.
The catcher, number 35,
Elias Diaz, final hope for the Rockies. He's 0 for 3, grounded out back in the 7th, his last time up. 241, 305, 333, the slash line for Diaz this year. First pitch is going to miss low and away. Much better numbers still against lefties for Diaz, though he struggled against Kershaw today, and No shame in that. Ross Stripling, Blake Trinan both up in the bullpen. Dodgers evidently are so uncomfortable with Joe Kelly they need a couple men to warm up in this 8-run lead for the Dodgers with 2 outs in the 9th. I would understand having one in case things get out of hand. There's a pitch low, 2-0.
2-0.
Dave Roberts cannot make as many pitching changes as he'd like to now that there's a 3-batter minimum rule. 2-0 pitch is swung on and fouled out of play. 97-mile-an-hour fastball that time from Joe Kelly, former Red Sox. Two-one, swung on and foul back. Kelly needs one more strike. And swung on and ripped towards the gap in left center field off the bat of Diaz. And that ball is off the wall. Diaz is going to get into second base with a 2-out double here in the 9th, so Rocky's not dead yet. Nice swing from Diaz, and that's good to see. Bit of a silver lining in this one. It'll give Josh Fuentes another opportunity. He got a double off Clayton Kershaw, rather a single. His last time up, 1 for 3, that was in the 7th. So 3 for 14 now in the season for Josh Fuentes. First pitch from Kelly here is called a strike. Looked like it was below the knees to me. Umpire might be ready to turn in for the evening. Kelly's 0-1 is swung on and grounded. Diving stop at third by Turner. Picks it up, fires to first, and not in time. Fuentes beats it out. That'll be an infield single, his second hit of the ball game. Good to see for Josh Fuentes. Diaz moves up to third. Garrett Hampson will get another opportunity. He's 1 for 3. Single and a run scored on the RBI double from Trevor Story. Continues to have good swings off Clayton Kershaw all throughout his career. First pitch here from Kelly is taken high, ball 1. 190, 292, 429, the triple slash line for Hampson this year. One-0 pitch is swung on and grounded towards third. Turner throws to second for the force, and that will retire the side, and that is your ball game. Dave Roberts and the Dodgers celebrate. Very good game for Clayton Kershaw. I would think he would get our player of the game honors. 9-1 Dodgers is your final. Plenty of offense, too. A lot of those coming with 2 outs, those runs in the second inning. 7 of the runs for the Dodgers today. Clayton Kershaw definitely coming away with the win. Kyle Freeland, the loss, is not able to make it through 2 innings. So Rockies 1 run, 6 hits, 2 errors. Dodgers 9 runs on 11 hits, no errors. Clayton Kershaw with the win is 5-2. Kyle Freeland with the loss goes down to 3-4. So Kershaw 8 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, 10 Ks. Kyle Freeland in the loss only goes 1 2/3 innings pitched. 7 runs on 6 hits, 3 strikeouts and a walk. On offense, Rockies 2 for 4, 2 doubles, an RBI for Trevor Story, the lone run batted into the day for the Rockies. Elias Diaz goes 1 for 4 with that double in the 9th. Josh Fuentes a couple hits, 2 for 4. Garrett Hampson goes 1 for 4 with a run scored. Another hit off Clayton Kershaw for him. Kike Hernandez goes 2 for 4 with a home run. He's only hit 2 home runs this season. Both have come against the Rockies. First one came against Wade Davis in the last homestand when the Dodgers came to Coors Field. Also a double, RBI, 2 runs scored. Corey Seager 2 for 5, a double, RBI, run scored. Justin Turner 2 for 4, 2 runs batted in and a run scored. And Mookie Betts goes 1 for 3 with a double and a run scored. Thank you for tuning in. I do have to look up when our next telecast is going to be for you, because it will not be any more games in this Dodgers series. Let's pull it up for you. It's going to be June 9th, so this coming Tuesday. Once again, the Diamondbacks will actually be coming to Coors Field for the first time this year. That's going to be at 6:45 p.m. Mountain Time. So Tuesday, June 9, we will see you back here. Thank you for tuning in.